Always, guys, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Also, hit that bell to be notified for future videos.
Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome back to the Fish Tank. I am Cole, and today we are presenting our 1963 custom Studebaker pickup truck for the Fall 2024 CDI Invitational, held by Outlaw Speed Shop once again. And like I said, the truck of choice that we picked for today is this 1963 custom Studebaker pickup truck. And it's brand new, it's right out of the package. It's pretty nice looking. And the game plan for today is, it's very simple. We are going to go old school CD, excuse me. We're going to go old school CDC, Cuda's Diecast Customs, and we're going to hand build ourselves a custom Studebaker pickup truck. And how we're going to do that is we're going to start by, like we always do, we're going to take our drill bit, we're going to carefully take apart this truck. It was fairly simple. It's a plastic base, and all you got to do is just make sure you just pry in the right spot, and it should just pop out like it did right there. Once everything is popped out and put to the side, we're just going to do a quick overview. So we got a pair of glass, we got a base with some pretty cool wheels that we can maybe use for a future project down the road. We got an interior piece that needs just a little bit of loving, and we also have our casting as well. And as you guys see here, we have the chum bucket ready to go, and we're going to dump our brand new casting into it because we do not want any of that original paint for this build. Alright guys, while that is stripping away, we are going to start focusing on our lower suspension for the truck. And what I've decided is, I know it's probably very hard to see, but we decided to use some square tubing. I've come to realize when I'm doing these custom trucks or just these builds that it require me to lift it, quote unquote. I like to use the square tubing just because it's easier just to smooth down the plastic, and it's easier just to place the square tubing on because it will stay exactly where I placed it, and that is always a good thing. So once we do our measurements properly, we're going to do these a little bit longer than the wheelbase as it is because I have a small plan for this build. I'm going to do a detail step that I saw on TikTok a while ago for a custom suspension similar to this, but with styrene is what the person used, but I'm using metal tubing instead. So what you do is you measure the farthest width of the rear or by the gas tank and just measure that out to give yourself enough room to gap it for the little addition we're going to add. And pretty much what you do is you're going to give yourself enough space to add miniature springs. And what I mean by that is I literally took the springs from old mechanical pencils and used them as suspension, and it just gives it a little bit more detail. It makes it stand out, and it was a pretty cool idea if I say so myself. What we're working on here now is the support arms for the bottom part of our suspension that you would see. I don't even know what you would call it, but they're just the support arms that I'm going to cross on the bottom of our base here. And how I pretty much did it was just measured out two of the same, and I'm going to crisscross them. But with the one, I completely forgot because I haven't done something like this in a very long time, is you're going to have to bend one over because just how the base is shaped, you cannot slide the other under it. So pretty much what I had to do was figure out what enough bend was to make it look good, but not make it look like it was just a bent piece of metal. So I think I was able to do that. It wasn't really that hard. It was kind of like a preference thing. So if you guys are doing this and you're able to just crisscross them, then just crisscross them. But if you have to have them cut, then just, or not cut, I mean bent, then just have them bent. Because I thought I was just gonna have to cut it short, but then I hesitated and I was like, wait, let me just grab a pair of vice grips, bend it to where I need it, and just call it a day. I don't know why I was thinking about cutting it, but you can cut it too to make it short, but honestly you can just bend it over, fit it, glue it, and call it a day. Your support pieces are in. We're going to move on to those springs that you remember me talking about. So like I said, I had a handful of old mechanical pencils sitting around that I wasn't doing anything with, and I decided these are the perfect size, pretty much to scale, of a spring that you would see in a lifted truck. So I thought it would be a cool idea to take a couple of them and put them on as miniature suspension pieces just to make the effect of the lift kit a bit more realistic.
Meanwhile, back in the fish tank.
So I did a thing. So I forgot to record a lot of things, and this is one of the things I forgot to record. And what we forgot to record here is the headache bar that I wanted to add to the rear of our interior slash tonneau cover piece of our truck. I thought it was just a bit bland with just the cover on the back, so I thought it would be a pretty cool idea to make a custom headache bar out of some more metal tubing. And what I did was I took some axle tubing, bent it as best as I could, and then added a smaller piece of metal at the end to crisscross it to look like a support beam. It ain't perfect by any means, but it is close enough to look cool for this size and scale. It was one of those things I kind of just built last minute and completely forgot to, hit the record button, so that's on me. Lastly, we did finally just come to a conclusion that I was just going to glue the wheels together. I had this thought of pinching them, but I realized I didn't have the right tool. So we just grabbed our Gorilla Glue and we just glued it all together. So it was a very simple little thing, and honestly I thought I glued the wheels together, and I did not. So thank the Lord in that aspect.
Alright guys, so I'll be honest, I kind of skipped ahead a lot of steps in our video for today, and I wanted just to inform you that the truck is done, but I just wanted to tell you guys what we finalized and did to finish this truck. So as you guys remember, we have the headache bar in the back. We ended up painting this whole interior piece, so it's more of a glossy black, which is kind of cool. It's like a metallic glossy black, and it really goes with the look we were going for. So the goal was to not use chrome. We were going to just black everything out. So like we did, we blacked out this, blacked out that. We blacked out the sports scoops on the front. We also blacked out all the chrome accent pieces. I thought it just would look a little better, and everyone would probably traditionally chrome everything out, but I ended up blacking everything out, as you see here. So the suspension underneath that we customized is all blacked out. Our springs are blacked out. The lower headache support bars are blacked out. Our axles are blacked out, and so on and so forth. The other things we did is we did the details. So we did our lights on the rear, and all we did for the fronts was chrome them. I think they just look better chrome. And then we glued the wheels on, as you see there, just enough to glue it together. And this car does roll, by the way, which is great. Now, many of my builds, as you guys know, roll, but this one does indeed. Alright guys, I just wanted to fill you in on this, and let's go see what we started with.
Here is what we started with. We started with a pretty cool looking race-style truck of a 1963 custom Studebaker. And it was cool and all, but it just wasn't what I would personally do with this casting. And what I did to this casting is generally what I think the casting should have been. Alright guys, let's just stop waiting. Let's go see what we finished with. I'll see you over there. So here is our final results for the Fall 2024 CDI Invitational, held by no other than Outlaw Speed Shop. So what we did to our little custom truck is we painted it, we blacked out all the chrome, we put off-road tires on it, and we lifted it, probably, if it was a real truck, probably about 2 inches, so not too much. I just wanted to make sure we put a wider wheel on it. Anyways, we also added a suspension kit. We chromed the front headlights, and we also did the back details as well. We painted the headache bar and the suspension underneath to be blacked out to match the rest of the chrome. And this is honestly what we came up with. Guys, if you like this video, please make sure to like, subscribe, and to make sure you watch everyone else's CDI custom videos. I had a lot of fun doing this. These competitions are really fun to spark my imagination and spark everyone else's imaginations as well to build the coolest, best vehicles possible. Also, before I forget, the suspension, you can kind of see it in there. It kind of draws your eye a little bit because everything's black, but if you look closely, you can see the springs, and they are painted black, but I think it just adds to the effect of the suspension. Alright guys, this is CDC over at the fish tank. I hope you guys liked the video, like I said, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys.